What is up, everybody? The 2020 disc golf season is upon us.
No, it's in swing, boy. Vegas, baby!
That's Philo Brathwaite, everybody. I'm Nate Perkins. This is the 2020 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova Champion Disc. This is round one, front nine coverage. Super stoked to be here with you guys.
Oh yeah, we got a stacked field of players to watch out there. We've got Ricky, Calvin, Simon, Scott, Kevin Jones, Nate, Kale, Garrett, and plenty of other good players from all across the country, all over the world. We've got a really cool foursome for you guys to watch here with Nate, Kevin Jones, Yona, and Caleb. It should be pretty awesome. You know Nate's a solid player, so you know he's going to lay down something nice.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're getting right into the action here. Hole one, it's a par 3, only 233 feet, but one of the more technical holes on the track. You've got to hit a high window, or you've got to go low. Right before the pin here, you've got a bunker that's plays as a hazard.
Yep, it's a pretty touchy shot, but you know it should be pretty easy to get a look, manageable putt on this hole. It's pretty basic for most of us.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely kind of brings up the nerves, though, having to hit a gap here.
Absolutely, yeah. First hole feels a little short. You might gun it because you're a little anxious. There's a little bit of breeze out there, so, just got to take a couple deep breaths, see your line, and put it out there.
And even for Nate, this is somewhat surprising. This is a super technical forehand shot right here.
It is. I was kind of surprised to see him do this. I was standing right back there in the gallery watching, and I saw him throw it, and I was like, wow, that's going to be like 40 to the right. I guess not.
Yeah, he's 25 right, looking back at it. No death putt.
Yeah, pretty safe. A little bit of headwind, but it shouldn't be a problem for Nate.
You guys all know this guy by now. Kevin Jones, team prodigy.
Yeah, this guy can mash, he can putt. He's got a pretty complete game. Fun to watch him play. A lot of personality, a lot of style points for sure. Kevin looks like he's flaring off a little bit left. Just got to stay out of that hazard. It does. That's about circle's edge.
And that's kind of the safe miss right there.
Yeah, you can tell he didn't really like that too much. He knows he can do better than that. Just kind of sailed off on him a little bit too much height with that headwind out there, kind of keeping things floating.
And we'd like to introduce you to Joona Heinänen, all the way from Finland. He's an absolute crusher, loves to play the hyzer whenever he can. Didn't even really know that was a window up there, Philo.
Yeah, that's the window I was talking about before we got going here. Is like there's this high spike hyzer if you go right under that gap and just wing it out there. And, that speed control is really tough to do on a shot like that. This is Caleb rounding off the foursome. Yeah, it looks a little high too, usually when you get it up steep like that. Oh, simmer in there. I can't tell if that's in the hazard or not. So this is kind of a deathish putt.
Yeah, it looks like he's got headwind left to right.
Yep, that's a tough one. Tough way to start. Want to be a little closer on a hole like that.
Yeah, especially the first hole.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Giving it a confident bid, just missing right, and it's down into the hazard.
Yep. Death putt. Yeah, these big tournaments, it's tough to get off to a good start when, all these good players and nerves are ramped up.
And there's no option but to score. I mean,
this is
one of
the
those
course
courses
where you definitely want to score out of the 3 that we're playing this weekend. There's 2 courses that have a ton of really long par 3s, and then this course where everything is really manageable. The par 4s are relatively short, and you feel like you got to get them all. No problem. Ooh.
Little left side from Nate, but gets it to stick.
It's stuck. So there you go. That's the start that Nate's looking for. 1 down through 1. Kevin cleans up for bogey. Was that right? Did he go OB somewhere?
I'm not sure if Kev was OB right there. I think he might have been safe.
I thought that was a par. Yeah, there he goes. I don't know why the graphics say bogey, but that was par for Kevin. All right, hole 2. Yeah, this is a tunnel shot. Well, it used to be a tunnel shot. The basket used to be down to the right. They've now
moved it 60
behind.
left.
Yeah, a little bit weird of a position. It's kind of a similar shot, actually, if you just wing a hyzer out there and just get past those shrubby bushes there on the right and just kind of dump it in there. If you miss those little shrubs, you should have a pretty manageable putt inside the circle.
Looks like Nate's got a Thunderbird, Big Germ Thunderbird. Hangs this one out a little wide.
Can't really tell. The camera lost it there. Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
That's the play I was talking about.
Money.
Just right around the back side of that hill, you got a real safe uphill putt.
There's a little bit of right to left on this tee pad.
It was swirling. You know, the wind couldn't make up its mind which way it wanted to go. It would blow from the right. It would blow headwind. It would blow, from the left. It just...
Yeah, even on a calm
Yeah.
day, it seems to have a factor out here.
Yeah, now you see it looks like it's pushing, and I did the same
Yeah.
thing when I stepped up right behind these guys, and I was like, oh, it's going to push my disc over there, and I threw it and just hung it out. And I was like, well, I guess not. It's just really hard to judge sometimes. Jonas putting one out there nice and wide as well. Oh, yeah, that's where you want to be.
Just too easy right there with the FD3 from
Perfect.
Yona.
See if Caleb can erase that first hole jitters and get one over there.
It's got
Have
the
the
height.
right speed on the landing. That should be money.
Right
little short.
before the hill, and you can see pretty much no putt from there. He's got the palm to manage.
Yeah, that's a weird one. He's going to have to pitch it up and move on.
Oh no, it's gonna get away from him.
Ew.
That's gonna be circle 2 for a par. Man, Kev's really carried over there.
He likes to putt. Ooh, that was tracking. See if he can settle the nerves and find a rhythm here with his putter. Well, he gave it a nice aggressive bid. I'm sure he was thinking of that short one he missed earlier on the first hole. All right, let's make sure we get it on the chains. So here's Nate to go 2 for 2.
Similar distance to the first putt. Looks like the wind's calmed down just a little bit.
Bang.
Oh
that's
yeah,
better.
high but right on the pole. Nate putting
problem.
with the Firefly again this year.
KJ USA for par. Sure, he's a little frustrated too. Not really the way you want to start. A couple pretty manageable, easy birdies. See if he can catch his rhythm here and get going. Another bogey for Caleb. Tap in birdie. Really nice drive.
Yeah, that's a tough one to get the tap in on that slowed down
especially-
slope.
Exactly.
Moving into hole 3. It's a par 4, 621 feet. The real danger is that sidewalk on the left that is OB. If you don't get that right-hand backhand to flex out to the right.
So much space out there to the right. That should be the last mistake you make, really. If you don't really have the speed to get all the way to the basket, which there are some guys in the field that are
Attacking
letting
this
that
one
eagle.
for sure.
I didn't see anybody get there on my card yesterday, and I played with Rick and Cal. They both had about 90 feet and just decided to pitch it up there. But yeah, there's so much space on the right, and there's no OB over there. I mean, if you're going to make your mistake, make it way over there.
No doubt. Sexton's got his swirly destroyer in his hands. Looks like he's lining up the backhand.
There you go. Got the nose over. That'll be
Yeah,
fine.
that's perfect.
That's it. That's all he needs. I'm sure he could have got the same distance with his, flick if he wanted to, but maybe he's working on his backhand skills. That looked pretty clean. This guy's gonna mash one out there. He's got plenty of height on it. That should be good.
Just 3 steps and he just unleashes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's all of 500
Wow.
feet right there.
That's past the 500 marker.
Wow.
There's a little sign on the ground with the 500. That was a huge pump. KJ USA, we know this guy can smash. Let's see if he gets a look at the 2.
Look at that full flight right
Let's
there.
get a nice big skip now.
Believe
There
that's
you
Kevin's
go.
D2. That's the closest one I've seen all week.
It's kind of hard to tell, but he might have a nice jump putt at it.
70, 80 footer.
Something like that. That was a nice rip.
Caleb lining up the forehand. It's like a DD3.
Smash.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I cannot do that. My arm will fall off, man. All right, out there by Sexton's Destroyer. So, I mean, that was probably a good 430 or so. That was a rip.
Sexton going standstill.
Yeah, that's all you need on this layup. Just pop it into the hill and let it stop. There you go.
Caleb also going with the standstill.
Get
Looked a
up,
little
no.
low.
Oh, he left himself some work there. Smart play.
Just getting it
Smart play.
putted up
KJ
there.
USA can drop eagle. Figured he'd be lining up that jump putt from out there.
Absolutely. Little headwind right to left.
Get up there.
Oh, just
Good
in
bit.
front.
Oh, I saw some chains tickle over there. He got a little piece of that. Definitely outside the circle, trying to get that 3, even though, oh no. Hopefully that sat down. Maybe a little too aggressive. That doesn't look too bad. He should be able to get this par here. There you go. Stop the hemorrhaging a little bit there. I know what that feels like to bogey the first 2 holes and have to recover. It's not fun, but it's manageable. You can do it.
And it's a solid start from Nate. 3 for
Absolutely.
3.
3 for 3. It's definitely the way you want to get things going on this course.
Yeah, this is probably one of the easier par 4s on the property.
Yeah. I don't think it gets much easier than this one. You know, wide open fairway, hardly any OB to worry about. You know, pretty basic upshot. Pretty easy green.
Hole 4, it's a par 3, 390 feet. Plays a little shorter, it's a bit downhill. There is some OB right, sidewalk that doesn't really come into play too often.
Oh, it does, man. With the wind blowing the way that it is right now, if you bleed the nose over to the right, the wind on this hole at the moment is blowing from left to right. So it'll be, across the screen from left to right. And if you turn your nose over, if you're the righty backhand,
can
the
just
wind
hold
can
it
kinda
over there.
snatch it and it just won't let it come back. It'll just stall it out.
And you
so
do
Nate's
have
got plenty of space with this flick.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing for him to worry about other than sawing it off early. Boom.
Definitely didn't saw it off early.
Yep, he's got plenty of time and space for this to drive
Oh,
back.
wow. That is
All right.
deep.
Got
Wow.
over on it too much outside the circle.
He's
but-
looking at like a 60-footer from
No,
back
that's
there.
Like a 45-footer. That's not that bad. I
Is
saw
that
this-
how it feels to you, Philo, when you step up to
no.
those?
No. I just saw the orange on the ground. That's the circle's edge. Yona's just throwing a nice smooth backhand out there. It's got to get some fade. There it is. Money.
Beautiful mid-range shot from Yona.
Definitely inside the circle, about 7 paces off the target.
And there is a little bit of a gap right here. These 2 small pines right here kind of force you to shape something.
Yeah, you can keep it on all hyzer, but then the disc has to be really neutral. And that's kind of dangerous because then that crosswind will just hold it out there. KJ's got to get a nice hard, come on.
Oh, wow. It just never caught edge.
Not enough stability to finish. The right idea. And he's got a putt. He can make those.
Yeah, that's a
There's
good-looking
that nose
stroke.
over. The disc has got to get stable. There we go. There
That is
you
tracking
go. All
beautifully.
right. There you go, bud. That's how you recover.
That'll get him going.
Yep. So Nate's definitely outside the circle. He's probably got about 40, 45. Looks pretty comfortable. Dead center. 4 for 4.
Perfect putt. Wow.
There you go, Caleb. Scratch one of those bogeys off the card. Get a little pep in your step.
All right, this is Kev from Circle 2. A little bit of a tailwind.
Actually,
man.
that wind is blowing right to left.
It's coming right at him.
Yeah, a little bit right to left. So it pushed his putter probably off the line, those 2 inches he needed to be in the center and collect that birdie.
Right to left's pretty much the hardest wind that we can go for a right-handed player.
Yeah, that touch.
You expose it just a bit, and it just pushes it out of the way.
There you go, Yona.
Nice.
Solid couple of birdies in a row there for him.
Yeah, he's got a super simple putting stroke.
Actually, that's 3 in a row. It's nice. Let's go, KJ USA. Let's go, buddy.
Hi everyone, welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the Las Vegas Challenge, the first stop on the road to the championship. This is the first of 26 events scheduled throughout the year around the world, giving the world's best players an opportunity to punch their ticket to the United States Disc Golf Championship at Winthrop University this fall. We look forward to seeing you in Rock Hill.
There we go. That's how you get to the USDGC. Philo, I believe you're already qualified.
Yes, sir.
Hole
Top
5,
10.
it's a par 3, 360 feet. You've got 2 options off the tee.
I'd say 3.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the high hyzer.
You can go low hyzer over that little dead shrubby thing in front of you and kind of burn one in there, or you can throw the flick or a backhand turnover. So
Yep.
that's really 4 options.
There is OB long and to the right, and there is a hazard bunker on the left if you stretch that forehand a bit or get that hyzer to carry out too much.
For sure. There's plenty of space for that high hyzer. If you just kind of stall it out, that's really the play. You're not really trying to throw like a long straight hyzer that fades. You're just kind of spiking it over the tree, and it really doesn't feel like 360. It feels more like 330. This should be a real comfortable shot for Nate. This is
Yeah,
right
for
in his
sure.
wheelhouse.
This is
Boring layup.
9.5 out of 10 for him
No
all
doubt.
day. He's got the
One
Excalibur.
One skip. No putt.
Yeah, that's the farthest he's going to be away on this
it's
hole
like
for
playing
sure.
a video game when you give them a sidearm window like that. You know? Like, I do this all the time.
Yeah. He's been doing it for 16 years now.
I can't believe it's been that long. That's crazy. This is the shot I was talking about. Nice high and wide spike hyzer. That's going to be right there as well. I saw the puff of dirt. That's in the circle.
Caleb, forehand DD3. Looking to match Sexton's line. And we saw on hole 3 that he's got plenty of forehand power.
Definitely got the speed. It's out there. It's turning.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Hopefully it's not too far. Nope.
Oh,
Right there.
yeah.
Money. Nicely done. KJ USA flicking one out there. A little bit of early cut. Slow it down at the end. Come on, get around. There you go. That's in KJ's wheelhouse. He's definitely tapping that guy in. Get things rolling here. So, you'll know was definitely inside the circle. Bang.
Oh, yeah.
Striker. That had some authority to it. Nice. There you go, KJ.
We are looking at an all-star frame right here.
I wonder if KJ USA will do the KJ Nibo, my bro.
Rattle
Get the
him.
group to rattle the chains. Probably not. It doesn't look like they're all that happy right now, except for Nate. He's cruising right along, 5 down after 5. Josh Miller, Alex Russell.
Yeah, you got to score,
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
you got to score.
If you don't get 3 of those first 5, you're definitely frustrated.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is one of the trickier holes on the entire property. Hole 6, 294 feet. It's a par 4, and you can see right here, only the golf tees are in bounds. Everything out of bounds, and you're proceeding to the next drop zone.
I say the only way this hole gets really tricky is if you get anxious about it. It's really 2 really basic putter shots. Unless if you want to get aggressive and go after the green and try to get an eagle.
And Nate's actually got a Firebird in his hands right now. Looks like he's going to be attacking this one.
I don't think you lay up with a Firebird on this hole.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes some
He's
courage.
lining up the high forehand hyzer just to get it to stick. I mean, these are fast little greens. He's going for it, man.
You got it up there. It's got plenty of angle as long as he's on line.
Oh, wow. Gets a little reverse skip, and he's parked for the eagle, too.
That probably felt really, really boring and comfortable for him. And those are shots I wish I had, and it's just my arm won't let me do that.
Dude, he's going to be 7 through 6.
Yep. One better than I did last year to start the tournament. Yona's going to go aggressive and get after it. Let's see if this thing settles.
That is a beautiful shot.
What a line, but that's going to send him to the first drop zone, I believe, because he never landed safe anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. So he missed that by 20 feet, and he's only advancing 100, now throwing 3. So that's where the real difficulty of the hole is.
That's the smart way to play this hole. Just toss your putter up there by that drop zone sign and know it's going to turn a little left and sit. Pitch up a little jump putt and take your 3 and move on. I mean, this is one of those holes that's baiting you to do something that maybe is uncomfortable just because of the look of the hole. That's got to get stable.
That's drifting.
That's got to get stable.
I just missed it by a foot or 2.
So here's from the first drop zone. Now he's still got about 230.
Yeah, you've got to make a decision if you're going to go all the way to the target or if you're going to go just straight up next to the next one.
Something that's going to fade. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
all right,
that's
so
a good shot.
Saving his par from there.
That is a very touchy shot from that drop zone, and you see Kevin doesn't want anything to do with it. He just
goes to the next island.
Plays the leapfrog, and
yeah. Now he's going to do the same thing basically and just lay it up under the basket and have to lick his wounds and move on to the next hole.
That needs to sit.
Stick.
Oh.
Good grass. Thank goodness that was a putter. Bounced upwards instead of sliding.
Man, that could be all the difference when the green's only 20 feet across, 30 feet across.
Yeah, you got to throw some blunt edge discs. You don't want to throw drivers really on a hole like this, but, you know, Nate's had so much angle that when it hit the ground, it did like that, you know. But then that could happen.
Oh, it's not going.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
But I mean, imagine if that had driver speed and that was Nate's shot. You know, that could have trickled OB, and then he'd be at the first drop zone.
Oh, it's monumental difference.
Those types of things can happen. You know, it's just a break. You know.
It's a great break, and he knows he's taking that risk when he's attacking that green like that.
He took his time. You saw him lining it up and thinking about it, like, okay, I'm committing to this shot. You know, he was anticipating a certain reaction, landing on a certain side of the target, and having some space for something like that to happen and maybe still stay safe. So
yeah,
he executed it perfectly. I mean, he gets the bonus stroke for it.
I'm curious if getting the first 5 had any impact on him deciding whether or not he wanted to risk that.
I doubt it. I think that, you know, that was in his game plan the whole time, you know. I mean, that's a shot that he's got all day long. 292 flick with nothing in his way.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And he's making a charge, 7 down through 6.
Hole 7's a pretty interesting shot here. Last year the target was out in the open, and it was like a really fast green that you kind of had to drop one out there on the fairway and just kind of slide it up to the target. They've now moved the target into the tree line. It's kind of a weird position to really get a good angle at a putt, you know, like you have to really have a lot of touch with your speed control and try to stop right at the top of the hill.
Or just crash those trees and kind of hope for the best.
Get an angle. Yeah, it's really a weird shot this year.
No way. He's going forehand on this hole.
I think that's a great idea because all the space is out there to the left, and if you can get one good skip and a stop, you're putting.
Yeah, but it's so technical off the tee. You've got to force it and hyzer.
But he does that all the time.
And not everyone has that.
He's a predominant sidearm player.
That is
I'm sure
money.
That's comfortable. I mean, there you go. You got a great roll.
This is a pretty neat angle that we've got here from Gatekeeper.
This is the shot Nate was just talking about, is just busting a hyzer out there and hoping you crash through and get an angle. So he's about circle's edge there. Should have a pretty clean look at it, but it's downhill and it's a fast green. Let's see what Yona's gonna do.
Looks like he's got the mid-range in his hands.
I think this is the smartest play if you're the righty backhand player. The wind was blowing against us from left to right, and so anything you throw out there with stability is going to get held. So if you get really aggressive and exactly just like that, it gets held out, boom, you should be looking dead at the basket. KJ is going the wide route. That's got to turn
Hanging
in
it
a
wide.
hurry. Get a skip. Just not enough speed.
Looks like that's going to be pretty obstructed. And
Yeah, he's
Jonas is obstructed.
A
Just
little
has
bit
to lay
long.
it
I
up.
thought he was a little shorter than that. Yeah, KJ is just going to have to pitch
nothing.
that up. That's just a weird hole to get
Shows
a
you how
line.
tricky it is, man.
Yeah, it's a really touchy shot. You really want to land right in those shadows right here to the left of the screen, you know, pin high.
Wow, 3 layups.
You know, it's not the best hole, you know, but it's deuceable. It's not the longest hole either, so I think they wanted you to play for that opening there in the trees and just take your putt. You know, picks up another easy birdie.
Sexton is on a roll.
He's looking pretty comfortable and cruising, you know. That's the way you want to be. A bunch of pars because they had no putts. 2 of them were circle's edge. And KJ was just outside, and none of them had any kind of line that they were worth, you know, the risk of trying to take a stab at it.
Yeah, and that's got to be pretty frustrating for sure, especially
frustrating.
Kevin and Caleb are only 1 down through the first 7. It's got to feel like they're losing ground when Nate's birdied every
He's
hole
just
plus
cruising.
1,
yeah,
man.
+1, exactly. Got the bonus eagle on hole 6, so we're at hole 8 here. This is another relatively easy par 4, 555. If you got the big gun, there's plenty of space over that pond. You can hang one out there, crash that willow tree, and finish left, and you're looking at the 2. Most of us are pitching it right up here to the front of the green and taking the easy putter, mid-range, however you want to get there, onto the, you know, putting green and tap in 3. It's really not that complicated. It's just about executing 2 pretty basic shots.
Yeah, there is OB right there behind the pin and to the right, and that golf green is out of bounds as well.
Pretty standard stuff. I don't think you're going to see anybody trying to get too aggressive on this hole. I think they'll just pitch it out there towards that tall grass you see out in front of you, watch it fade. Nice little upshot. Yeah,
Oh, that's
he
a little
sawed
early.
that off a little bit early. It's not in too much danger of
That
getting to, oh, did it?
can get to the sidewalk. No way.
No, I think he's safe. I don't think he made it.
That is close, though, and that's a big miss. He actually he missed
If
left
he's
like
safe,
that last
he's still
year.
got plenty of space to flick one across the green and have a little tap in. So this is the play I was talking about. Most people are going to play for this area right in here. Have a nice little putter shot up and over the hill. Could even throw it into the hill and just take all the speed off and dribble over the top, you know.
Curious to see if Yona's going to attack this one.
Big bada boom. Did he go after it? That looks like the layup angle. Smart.
This
Did he
kid
get too
has
much of
some
it?
serious power, though.
There's a good break.
These fins are on something else, though, Philo. 2 steps and a hyzer is
Boom.
almost too deep.
I think it's 384 to the edge of the water. And he made that look really easy.
Great shot.
KJ just takes a nice easy swing and gets in position. Wonder how, wow.
Ooh, that was close,
That was
Philo.
one or 2 more rolls from
Yeah,
finding
man.
sidewalk. But like I said, he's got this perfect angle for a little flick.
You know he's loving this.
Across
He's
the
looking
green.
1 skip off the green
Yep.
is what he's looking for.
Boom. And as long as it doesn't roll
Oh,
too far,
man.
that's fine.
All right.
24 feet, 25 feet. That's right in his wheelhouse.
Still got a chance to maintain
Couple
perfection.
good breaks in a row, though. I mean, those 2 rolls could have turned into something not so comfortable.
And it wouldn't have been that surprising if that rolled all the way out, you know?
Because it happens out here. It's so hard
Absolutely.
and dry on the surface of the greens out there. It's inevitable. Those things are going to happen at some point. Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Perfect. So he got the nice little trickle back off the green. Which way is he going to approach the putting surface now? Little flick.
Looks like a AVR X3.
That'll do.
Yep, good choice.
I mean, you really have all the options in the world from there. I mean, dealer's choice, since we're in Vegas.
You hit the tables at all, Philo?
I did get a little blackjack in for a few minutes. I didn't even have to gamble my money. My good buddy K Squared lives out here now. He used to live out in Dallas, and he was in Charlotte for a while, and now he lives out here. He's about to have twins, and got to meet up with him for a little bit last night, and sat at a table and went on the carousel ride on the blackjack for about an hour or so. Up and down, up and down, up and down. But here we go. Nate's lining up for another birdie to go 9 for 8. Little tap in stroke. No problem.
That was a lucky birdie, man.
I know what that feels like, Nate. Maybe not with the eagle as well, but, you know, cruising right along, making birdies in every hole, make it look easy.
You know, we've been playing a little bit of golf already this year, Philo.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is our 4th tournament in or something. This is
number
Nate's
5.
This is number 5 for you. Sweet. So this is Nate's first 9 holes of the season. So
Yeah, but he's been playing. He's had that really hot round up at college. What was that course called? College Park or something like that? I think up in his hometown. He shot like 15 down.
Oh, yeah?
So he's
little
been playing.
non-sanctioned event up
I
there.
just think he was just playing, but he set a new course record at one of his home courses, I believe.
Nice.
Somewhere he plays quite often. He seemed pretty stoked about it. So, yeah, this is another pretty basic par 4. It's kind of a boring course, really. There's a ton of space out there. You dump a hyzer, and you throw another hyzer to the basket and get another birdie.
Yeah, really the only miss here is that OB
pull it.
fence on the right if you pull it too much, and then this grass is all out of bounds. You don't really see it come into play too often.
No, it's plenty of space out there in front of you to lay up. You know, if you want to get super aggressive and go for it, I mean, maybe Double G or Simon will do it, but, you know, I think the rest of the field is just throwing a destroyer out there or something like that, and, you know, taking the easy 3. There's really no reason to push it. That's a little bit left, but there's so much space out there, it's really not going to hurt him.
Not in danger. Makes the upshot a little trickier. He didn't really get that much distance off the tee.
Yeah.
And the gravel here kind of does affect you on your run up and
It's a little
gauging the
slippery,
distance. Yeah.
That's kind of the same space that Nate ended up. A little bit more left than you want, but, you know, no problem. If you got a nice Firebird or something, overstable upshot disc, you should be fine.
This is Yona's T-Bird.
Going T-chicken, huh?
Wow, just so fast on the
Beautiful
pull through.
line. That's the line that I like to see. Right out in the middle of the fairway. Now you got plenty of space.
He's 100 feet in front of Sexton and Caleb.
Yep, and he's got nothing in his way to the target. There's no hanging limbs, no nothing. So he's looking really good.
Curious to see how Kev's D2 shot. Oh, that's just all hyzer.
Yeah, I'd like to see him flatten that out a little bit and test that. Yeah, that's way too far left. He's still gonna have a line, but it's not really where he wants to be. There you go. We'll pitch up.
That's going to do it for the front 9. Wow.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess when you're making birdies and eagles on every hole,
Dude.
things go pretty
I
fast.
mean, 10 down and 9 holes happened really fast.
KJ's got a little bit of work to do. Gonna have to find a line and poke one up there. Oh, I just caught the last tree, it looks like. He'll have a tester for this birdie.
Wow, Yona is way up there with the T-Bird.
That's awesome. I had to throw a destroyer to get that far.
Oh,
no.
no.
Sit down.
Okay.
Sit. Okay, that almost got weird. Yeah, that should be a KJ putt all day.
Downhill. Can't tell if that tree is in the way or not. Oh,
It
yeah,
doesn't
he
matter.
did go just inside it. What a putt.
Nice hit, bud. Trying to get the wheels rolling here. Still got 9 holes, and they're all gettable. Caleb in tester range. Flag got pretty calm, so I'm sure he wants to get this putt off. There you go. Nice birdie. Wonder what he's rocking in the earpiece. Got some tunes going.
What are your tunes of choice, Philo?
You know, I used to listen to a lot of music on the golf course, man. I'd listen to like one album on repeat and just get into like one or two songs.
Get in a rhythm.
Try to stay in the flow. But yeah, right now, talking about a flow.
Wow.
Nate, cruising right along, -10 through 9. I think when I looked at the scores when I showed up to the course, the best score was 10 for the round.
Yeah.
And he got there in 9 holes, so
unbelievable golf.
That's a great start.
Stoked that we got to commentate on this coverage.
I remember,
man.
yeah, when Nate and Germ were talking about my 9 for 9 last year. I don't think I've ever done it. Well, now you have.
And just like that, the 2020 season has begun, guys. Thanks so much for joining us here. Shout out to Innova Champion Disc for sponsoring this coverage. Shout out to Gatekeeper for making it out. And we'll see you on the back nine.